Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, I just came across another Avoidant video, just popped up. I haven't been watching those at all. I've never really watched a whole lot, maybe a dozen or so, maybe 2 dozen. Just happened to pop up. I kind of just gave up on the whole Avoidant thing. And now that I saw this and I read a lot of people's comments, a lot of people are hurt and really pissed off. They're like, if you meet an avoidant, run. Just like a narcissist. Here's the deal. Regardless of whether they're good or bad, they damage the crap out of people. It is a really fucking painful experience. And here's the deal. They discard you like you don't exist, like you don't even matter. And that's what happens. The way they do it, it makes you feel like you don't matter at all. And it fucking hurts. Sorry for the cussing, but it's really similar to narcissist abuse, and they do use narcissistic tactics. So here's where I'm at after reading these comments people are making. It's on other people's avoidant video, not mine, but you just look at like the damaged souls. And here's my point. All of these avoidant videos are like, well, the reason why they have multiple hidden partners is because when they open up to you emotionally and they feel close to you, it terrifies them, and they run away right into one of their other partners. I was gonna say genitals, but it's just like, wait, what? So, and they make it sound like it's medication for them. It's like you go into your doctor and getting medication. Well, this is how they medicate themselves so they can deal with their hurt and their wounds because you love them and you were kind to them and they opened their heart, and oh my God, the pain and suffering. Honestly, if you're an avoidant, I don't see cheating and sleeping around with multiple partners. How do I say this? I don't see it's like, not that cheating's the excuse, but the excuse is, well, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm an avoidant and we have hurt emotions. Everyone else has hurt emotions too, guys. A lot of people. And guess what? You guys and narcissists are the ones hurting us. Bad. I look at the damaged souls, and you look at all these people saying the same things, like if you meet an avoidant, run. That's exactly what people say about narcissists. I can't help. Okay, here's another part. The people making these videos saying, well, you have to understand, the reason why they're doing drugs and the reason why they're sleeping around, and they have all these hidden multiple partners and they keep them undercover, they don't let you know, is because it's the way they deal with their issues. It's like you have to understand that, you know how you meditate and pray and go to therapy? Well, they have oral sex with other people. That's what makes them feel better. Like it's going to fucking therapy, or like it's going to a doctor getting penicillin or something. And here's the thing, practice saying this. No, I don't have to understand. And here's the other thing I noticed about all these people making these videos. Not one of them says, yo, avoidance, you're damaging people. You got to stop doing this. You need to go seek therapy. They never say that. It's always about how you need to adjust to be with the avoidant. So first of all, why do we need to be with an avoidant? Everyone I've seen, every comment is like, run, avoid them, run away, run for the hills. It's like, okay, now here's the kicker. Do you want to know who's making these videos? Avoidance. Everything they're doing is gaslighting. Everything they're saying is gaslighting. Well, you got to understand the reason why they're cheating. It's not a bad thing. They're not doing anything wrong. It's because this is their therapy. This is how they heal. This is how they deal with stuff. So while they've abandoned you over there for 4 months, they're over here having sex with this person. But hey, don't date someone, because then you'd be cheating on the avoidant. And that's another thing. Avoidance, if they even thought for a moment that you were dating someone else, they would lose their shit. It is a one-sided game with these people. And when they're sleeping around, they're not cheating. It's therapy. It's like when you go to physical therapy. In NLP, what we're calling this is what we would call this is a massive reframe. And not a good one. Definitely not a healthy one. Here's the funny thing. Alright, fine. 2 can play that game. What? No. Yeah, they that's not part of the game. Part of the game is they have 4, 5, 6, 7 partners, and all of you have to be single and alone. and not have anyone else you're dating on the side, and you have to be at their beck and call, just like a narcissist. Does that not sound like a narcissist? Well, no one's denied that they don't use narcissistic tactics. They do use narcissistic tactics, and everyone knows that. And here's the deal. It's reframed. It's different because they're not a narcissist. They're an avoidant. It's still narcissistic tactics, and they fucking hurt. And they're unfair, and they're wrong. You know what I'm starting to get? I'm starting to remember. Okay, remember a lot of you guys came up to my channel and other channels. I've seen other people ask it all over the place. And this was about narcissist abuse. Do they know what they're doing? I made some videos where like, hell yes, they know exactly what they're doing. They are professionals at this. They are the experts. They know the steps, what's in between the steps. Like they know, they're very conscious of what they're doing, right? I'm starting to get the feeling, so are avoidants. This whole thing, you know, it's funny because all of a sudden there's all these videos online, social media about, well, avoidance this, you have to understand, and every one of these people say, well, I was a former avoidant, I'm a healed avoidant, and they never once mention, how did they heal? What changed? What therapist did they go to? What doctor? What techniques did they use? What's the breakthrough? No one mentions a single thing about how long it took, who they went to, what techniques they used, what kind of therapy. Not a single mention other than, oh, I'm a healed, dismissive avoidant. Now, there's a young lady in particular that I'm thinking of. She is still an egotistical, arrogant, dismissive avoidant. The way she talks like this, and well, you know, you just gotta understand, and you're just like, you haven't changed. You're still dismissive. But as long as you go along with her gaslighting, everything's good. You know where I'm at with all these people that are supposedly damaged and we're supposed to understand? I'm at a point where I literally just don't care. Because here's another tactic that they use, that the narcissists use. They want you to feel sorry for them. Poor little me, I'm just this little saint. I can't help it. I guarantee you, each and every one of you on this channel, if I did these tactics to other people or even to you, you'd be pissed off. You wouldn't be like, oh, well, Michael, he can't help it. Poor little bastard, you know, he needs to sleep around. And the other part that is just mind-blowing is the whole abuse of drugs and alcohol. It's like, well, they're not drug addicts. They're not alcoholics. It's therapeutic medicine. It helps them to block out reality. It helps them to just avoid stuff. Like it's a technique or something. Like it's a tactic. Not alcoholism or drug addiction. Anyone else who's a drug addict, everyone's like, whoa, you need to stay away from that person. That person sleep around, they're doing heavy drugs. But for some reason, when avoidants have all these extremely severely bad things, habits that they're doing that are dangerous, oh, well, it's okay because they're an avoidant. People were being gaslit. And one of the biggest techniques that narcissists use is they get you to feel sorry for them. So do avoidants. And you do. You just feel so sorry for these people. I'm done feeling sorry for people, especially... See, here's the deal. Their intention... This is the most bizarre part about it. Their intention isn't to change at all. Their intention is for you to change your perspective on them doing drugs and sleeping around. That's the intention. And honestly, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of dealing with people who want me to feel sorry for them and gaslight me on what they're doing and say, no, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing, and here's why. And at the very same time, they want me to be this perfect person and wait for them. No. Life has just gotten so weird. You know, it's a lot better now, but I'm going back about 6 months or so, maybe a little bit more than that. But it's just watching these videos. It's like I'm seeing it from a different light, going, man, what the hell are people thinking? Like, we're listening to avoidance tell us, well, here's how you need to see it. No, we don't know. No. We don't need to see it from your perspective. We need to see it for the way it is. It's fucked up. I know, and avoidance is going to say, oh, Michael, but you don't understand. And that's the whole thing. Oh, yeah, we don't understand. Well, let me tell you something. Clearly, you don't understand. I mean, Go on any of these YouTube channels with people making comments. I mean, these people are like, my heart and this and that. And like this guy, I never, ever, ever want to get involved with another avoidant again. This guy says, you cannot heal. This isn't my channel. This is someone else's channel. You cannot heal these people. Do not attempt. If you sense this in a person that you hope to have a deep, lasting, healthy connection with, run and don't look back. He says, break your own heart. Oh God, you cannot compete with fear. You can only protect your peace. So this guy goes, cheaters, liars, dysfunctional, and toxic. You cannot win with these people. Bad character and no morals. Stay away from them permanently. But you should listen to the video. The guy's just this calm, peaceful. It's like, what was his name? Mr. Rogers. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Your neighborhood. Oh, it's your friendly neighborhood avoidant. Well, who's this? Oh, this is your fifth boyfriend, Tom. Oh, nice to meet you, Tom. You've met Steve, Frank, Shane, and Harry? Oh, that's right. That's 6. Well, you haven't met them? Have you heard of them before? No? Oh, well, just act like you never heard me. Look the other way. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. You know what? I feel like I'm just finally finding my sanity. The last 5 years have been absolutely batshit crazy, man. You know, another thing that I think avoidants do better than narcissists, they use your heart against you, and that's why it hurts so bad. They're really good at getting you to feel sorry for them, like, oh, you got to understand, and here's why I do this. And it's like they know, and here's the deal, they know when they come across an empath, because they know you're all heart and soul, and that you just want to heal people. And that's what they use to hook you. And this is what I mean by using your heart against yourself. Is you're like, I'm going to love this person so much, they're eventually going to heal. Luckily, in my case, I will be honest with you, I lucked the F out. I did something that I didn't realize was going to make them run. Because at the time, I was just learning about avoidance. And I did something, and it was months later, and I finally Googled it because I kind of wondered, because that was like the last day I talked to this person, and I'm like, I wonder if that's what it was. Because that's the thing, they never tell you why they're not talking to you. They're done. Now, I did 2 things within probably an hour or 30 minutes of each other. Now, here was the first one. I had, in a joking way, said, oh, I love you. I said, I'm going to marry you. I'm going to make you mine. Right now, I'm just in a really happy mood because here's the thing, like at least in my case, they're really fun in the beginning. And then when we walked away, when they were leaving, I said, because here's what happened was I got kind of a flash one day. It was about a week or 2 weeks before that when I was saying goodbye to them at their work. And it was the weirdest thing in the world because I'd never heard of avoidant. I think I vaguely saw 1 or 2 videos when I was studying narcissist abusive videos back about 6 years ago, but I was exhausted and overwhelmed. Like, oh, I'm done studying all this different kind of, what do they call it, the dark triad or what are they? I go, I'm not doing this. In fact, I was like, I'm done. I didn't even finish the 2 YouTube videos about avoidance. And I didn't even really remember. The only reason why I figured it out that those were avoidant videos because I started watching the same guy about 5 or 6 months ago. I was like, oh, that's right. I started watching this guy's video and said, oh, I'm out of here. So when I was dropping her off one day, I said goodbye. We were both on the sidewalk. She was just starting to walk away. Something hit me in my heart, and it was like avoidant. I'm like, what's that? And I just knew, you better Google that. So when I got home, first thing I did was Google it. And I'm starting to read about it, and I started watching YouTube videos. I'm like, oh my God, she has all these traits. Like, all of them. Now, because I didn't know much about the subject, I didn't bring it up because I thought, you just don't go around labeling people, blah, 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 And here's the thing is, I watched enough to where I was pretty confident, like, you know what, I think I want to bring this up with her and see if she knows, right? So the first thing I did is like, oh, I'm so going to marry you, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, what? And so nothing really happened. And then, I was walking her down for her to leave about 30 minutes or an hour later. And then I said, hey, did you know you're an avoidant? And she looked at me. She's like, what? I go, do you know that? She goes, oh, well, what do you mean? Like, well, I've been watching stuff on YouTube. And she said something like, oh, people are, there's too much online and social media. You shouldn't listen to that stuff. But she did acknowledge it a little bit. I think she said, yeah, well, I kind of do, but I don't, it was kind of like a blow-off thing. Like, yeah, I know, but I don't pay attention to it. Something like that. And you shouldn't watch everything on YouTube or on social media. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But so here's the deal, though. That was it. Done. Finito. Never talked again. I'm like, well, what's going on here? Like, did I say something wrong? Well, about 4 or 5 months later, that's when I finally Googled. I thought, I wonder if that's what it was. So I Googled. I said, what happens if you ask an avoidant to marry you? And it says, essentially it said, they'll leave. They will run for the hills. They avoid commitment. That's like one of their number one things that they're terrified of. I was like, oh, shit. Because I'll be honest with you, I really love this girl. I really, really loved her. I mean, oh my God. So then the second thing was, I think it was the next day, then I Googled, what happens if you let an avoidant know they're an avoidant? And it said the same thing. Oh, if you call them out on being avoidant, they'll run, they'll leave. That's one of the last things they want is for people to know. I don't remember verbatim what it said, but it was essentially like, oh, they're going to leave you for sure. Like once you know that and you call them on it, they're gone. So if you want to get rid of your avoidant, ask them to marry you. And then eventually say, hey, did you know you're an avoidant? The reason why it's so confusing, like it was like the pinnacle of our dating. Like it was just the most amazing. We finally started getting really close. It was really an amazing day and experience with us. And then boom, it was just done, gone. And I do know another thing about avoidance is if they open up to you emotionally, it really freaks them out and boom, they take off. I don't want to say finally because every experience was this really positive, like it was amazing, it was uplifting, it was loving, it was fun, it was exciting, it was like the coolest 3 months of my life. Then bam, they ran. Now if you want to keep your avoidant, don't ever ask them to marry you. And what's the other one? Don't ever mention anything about an avoidant at all. Now, the reason why I say I'm lucky is a lot of these people, like, oh, I was with them for a year or 2 years or 3 years, and I couldn't imagine how I would feel because you get more and more hooked in. My nature is to basically be upfront about stuff, and by doing that, I lucked out. Tell you what, I sure did learn a lot. I'll tell you one thing that all this stuff is teaching us is to have boundaries, self-respect. Here's probably the number one thing that I learned from this. It's from all of it. Know what your boundaries are. Now, here's what I mean. And using the word boundaries may kind of throw you off. Here's what I mean. If gaslighting is something that's unacceptable, write that on a piece of paper. Like, hey, if someone gaslights me, I'm done. I'm gone. Okay. Another one is I don't like drugs. I'm at a point in my life where I don't like drugs. I don't have nothing to do with them. I don't give a shit about them. And that was one of the things that came up really, really late. And I was like, oh, and I made it really clear, like, oh no, I don't do drugs. I don't touch. It was really crystal clear. So that was it might have been that day actually. Let me think. Yeah, I think it was that day when she kind of brought, not kind of, yeah, it was kind of, but it was pretty straightforward too. It was kind of in a roundabout way. And I was like, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. So the point being is do not bend or flex your really strong things. Like, no, that's just like, it's not, my life doesn't include that. I don't do that. I don't go there. It's unacceptable to me. Now, if someone else wants to do it in their life over there, that's fine, but I don't get involved at all. Yeah, here's another one. I'm not kidding. If you're not okay with people having multiple partners, get out, run. And that's what I mean. You need to know, like, hey, these are just definitive lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are unacceptable in my life and especially in my relationships and dating. If one of them pops up, say, nice to meet you. God bless you. I wish you all the best. This isn't for me. And walk, because otherwise you're going to get hurt. Like, here's one that I have. Someone's a narcissist. No, I won't deal with you. I'm done. I am telling you, the moment I realize you're a narcissist, I immediately walk. That's it. I'm done. And pretty much anything that goes with narcissism, any of the tactics like gaslighting, love bombing, talking behind your back. What's another one? Just forgot it. Hold on. Any kind of belittling, devaluing, shaming, any of that stuff, unacceptable. Period. End of sentence. Done. So you need to write down, and it usually is from past relationships, what hurt you? What is it that you don't like? Because a lot of, like, I just watched a video of a girl who said, she goes, I realized we had two different, like, definitions of love. Hers was a future, commitment, family, creating a life together. His was just, it was enjoying the moment. And she goes, the minute he said that, I knew that we weren't going to match, but I didn't let him go. And because of that, I got really hurt. Because let's be honest, he was essentially telling her, like, you know, I'm just enjoying the moment. I don't want a commitment. That's essentially what he's saying. And the good thing is, at least he didn't lie, but she lied to herself. And that's what we do. And by the way, I do believe this young lady was an empath. And that's something that we empaths have got to stop doing. And that's what this video is, a big chunk, a core. If there was 1 out of 3 messages, that's a core message. You've got to stop doing that. For example, when people do the whole pull on your heartstrings, get you to feel sorry for them, and then they hurt you and damage you, well, what do? Oh, well, well, because they pulled on my heartstrings, it's okay. It's not okay. If someone gaslights you, lies to you over and over again, sets you up or leaves you hanging, doesn't show up for a date, no, that's unacceptable. You've got to stop letting them use the woe is me thing, okay? The minute someone does that, walk. And remember, it's not about perfectly catching it the first time. It's catching it a lot faster. So instead of letting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years go by, and this person's been doing the same mind games over and over and over, you might catch it in 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe 2 or 3 months. Okay, that's much improved. That's the goal, is to catch it a lot faster. Alright guys, that's it for this video. God bless you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and as always, you can make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. God bless you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.